Today's video, I'm going to show you how to properly warm up before your round of golf, because I would imagine there's quite a few people out there who don't warm up even at all before we get onto the tee, and I know that time is precious to us all, but even if we can just do a little bit of a warm up and you can take this and chop it up how you want to, hopefully it's going to help you start to play better rounds, and when you get out onto the golf course you're not waiting for 4 or 5 holes to warm up, because 4 or 5 holes you could already ruin your score by then. So let's get stuck into it. So on this one here, we're going to do it in 3 stages. We're at the driving range, so let's say that this is at the golf course and I'm going to go on the driving range before. You could also really apply this to the putting green as well. If we were at the golf club, I would probably add in a 4th and 5th stage of a little bit of chipping and a little bit of putting as well, but 3 stages for actually out on the driving range. Biggest mistake I would see is people would come and go, right, we're starting off, I'm just going to come now, let's get involved, and I'm just going to smash this driver as hard as I can. I've not even had a swing yet, but I'm going to get my biggest golf club out of my bag, the one that I swing the fastest, and I'm going to try and hit it the hardest, even though, like I say, I've not warmed up yet. Oh God, that felt stiff. That wasn't good. And that isn't the way to go about it, because think of it in this way. Would you walk straight into the gym and try and deadlift the heaviest weight? Probably not. You might start with a little bit of cardio and build yourself up. And that's exactly what we're going to do at stage 1. When we get to the driving range, take one of your wedges or a lower lofted golf club, sorry, a higher lofted golf club, i.e., you know, for me, my 58 or a pitching wedge, a 9 iron, whatever it may be. And we're just going to start with 10, 15 golf balls, just trying to find a little bit of feel. So build it up here. I've got a flag at 30 yards. I would have a few little swings, just trying to find how my hands are feeling on the club today, what the weight of the club feels like, just getting awareness again of what we're about to do. And I'm not overly focused on the results of these shots. All I'm trying to do, like I say, is just get a little bit of feel back in through the body and just get me ready to start hitting some bigger shots as we progress through your warm-up routine. So like I say, a few different ones of those, and then from there we can start to move on to stage 2. Stage 2, we've now done stage 1. We've found a little bit of feel in the old body, we've got loose, we've got warm, we're now comfortable, move on to what I would call the calibration stage. So here, maybe a mid iron, a 7 iron, a 6 iron, and if you've got alignment canes or anything like that, I would just pick a target now out on the range. So for me, there's a sign at 150 here. I'm going to put something down just for my feet alignment, because I feel like my body alignment hasn't been the best of late. And at this stage, what we're trying to do is just get into actually swinging the golf club how we should be. So you might have just been for a lesson recently and you're looking at trying to get a little bit more on the inside to play a little bit of a draw because you feel like you've been slicing it too much. You might just be working on your ball position, but all you're doing is just calibrating that golf swing, getting ready to go out on the golf course. Again, we're not going to be too fussed on the results here. Don't get too bogged down on it and cloud your mind with ideas. Oh, I'm not hitting it very well, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. But have a target in mind so we've got some relevance and some reference to where we are hitting it. But from here now, stage 2, like I say, calibration. So have a clear thought in your mind of what you want to do with the golf ball, how you want to swing the golf club when you're going to go out and face these challenges out on the golf course today. And then from there, what I would start to do here is just build it up. And even this stage of the warm-up, we don't need to be hitting hundreds of golf balls. Before a round of golf, I would try and maybe not hit more than 40 golf balls. 10, 15 loosening up, 10, 15 calibrating, and then 10 on the next stage that we get into. But here, just try and calibrate it. And also, one of the old things Hogan used to say would be play with what you've got that day. So if you find that normally you would draw the golf ball, but you've got a swing going and you've got your draw feeling going, but it's just coming out with maybe a 5-yard little fade and it's consistent, just keep with that feeling and try and play that ball flight. Over those first few holes, it might change a little bit, but if you're trying to fix your golf swing out on the golf course, it's going to be a hard and lonely place. We need to just get on the range beforehand and figure out how we're hitting it, get a little bit of feeling and go through it. Once you've had a few with the mid, then it might now be time to actually work up to a longer club like your driver and actually feel what's happening there again. What shape am I hitting with this driver? Pick that target, go through it, find out, are you slicing it, are you drawing it, whatever it may be. Try and figure out as we go through it some calibration to your golf swing. Get your feels in. What have you been working on in your golf swing? And then from there, we can move on to the third and final stage. Okay, stage 3, simulation. We all know the course that we're going to be playing. Hopefully you've not turned up to the wrong one. So you should hopefully know what the first hole is going to be. It might mean that you're on an away day somewhere and you might need to buy a course planner or look on the website at the first hole or find a way of just finding out, even potentially just going standing on that first tee before you tee off and think, okay, out of bounds down the right, looks like a little bit of a dog leg left to right, because what we're going to do in stage 3 is rehearse and simulate that first tee shot. The best players in the world all do this before they warm up, so when they get onto the first tee and the nerves are starting to come in, they can say to themselves, well, do you know what, 5 minutes ago on the range I hit 5 of them and hit them all pretty good because I knew what I was doing, I wanted to go through it, I practiced it, so now on this first tee when my nerves are here, just rely on those golf swings that I've made. So for me, first hole at Warrington Golf Club, par 4, down, out of bounds to the right, but it's miles out on the right. I'm going to try and hit a little draw. There's a bunker in the distance that I always try and aim it off. So as I come to these next few balls now, what I'm going to try and do is pick a target in the distance that I would see as my bunker or my line that I'm going to start the golf ball on. So for me, out on the range now, there's a pole at about 250, and what I would do is go through my routine now as if I was on the first tee. So come behind the golf ball, I want to feel my draw swing because that's the shot I'm going to try and hit, and then from here I'm going to hit 4 or 5 shots going through as if I was on the first tee. So I'll pick my target, I know I want to hit the draw off the pole, and if I hit that one on the first tee, we would be safely down the middle of the fairway. So it might be that it's a par 3, it might be that you're hitting a rescue wood, a 3-wood, a wedge, but whatever it is, just rehearse that shot and go through it. Then the last thing I would do just before you've hit those few shots and you're happy with them, just to finish it off, again, couple of wedges, just small little ones if you've not got a chipping green, just to try and focus on rhythm again. Not worrying again about too much where that strike's going. And from there then we can walk off to the first tee knowing that we've loosened up, we've calibrated our golf swing, we've got the shot that we need for the first hole, and then we're confident. We're not just going to run out of the car thinking, oh, my back's really stiff, oh my god, I can't believe I sliced it out of bounds again. It's not the way to do it. That whole little thing, obviously I would hit a few more balls. It's only taken me about 10 minutes. So if you can get into it, it might mean that in the nets for 15 minutes, you just get a little bit looser, a little bit more prepared, and it should see that you're playing better golf straight out the blocks instead of taking 4 or 5 holes to warm up, guys. Guys, hope you enjoyed this video this week. If you have, do remember to hit that subscribe button for me down below. I want you to get better. You're going to do it by joining me here for your free lessons on the channel. see you in the next one.